Please do not make this mistake in 2018. This is how to protect yourself against Bitcoin's crash, altcoins crash. It's inevitable. Hold on. Now, before you start typing a controversial content because you're offended or emotionally like, don't worry. This is natural. Everything that goes up must eventually come down. And currently, Bitcoin's at $33.85. Ethereum's past $300. All the altcoins, or at least most of the popular altcoins, are rising, and everything is going fantastic. There's Fidelity coming out and all of these news articles, and everybody's like, yeah, Bitcoin's gonna hit $5,000, and it seems like, yes, it will surpass $3,500 pretty soon. It might be going for $4,000, and over the next couple of months, there is a pretty good chance of it hitting $4,000 or more, maybe $5,000. But eventually, at that point, it's like for its current stage, it needs a lot more. Remember my video about $10,000, Bitcoin reaching that, and not having our heads up all the way on cloud 9 or whatever. We have to stay back down in reality because that's where it's at right now. And we don't want to be seeing gold everywhere we look because that's just unrealistic and it's silly, and we will lose money due to that. Greed is good, but a lot of people are getting too greedy, so here's what I recommend. Starting today, if you haven't already, first of all, you guys know about this, always diversify, always don't play with money that you can't afford to lose, and if you are, you better have a solid reason for why you're doing that, because, well, I hope you have, like, insider information or whatever. But anyways, okay, so you have money. Let's say you're investing or you're trading Bitcoin, as in buying, selling immediately within a single day, or maybe you're on Steemit and you're making money from upvoted comments or whatever, right? By the way, if you haven't checked out Steemit yet, definitely do. The community's growing, even though the price is a little bit all over the place right now. It is growing, and as a marketer, it's like, hey, even with the prices down, you can still make money, especially, you know, the more money you invest in the... Anyways, I'm not going to be selling it to you guys. You guys know I already... I'm a big player on there. Big player. Okay, no, I get on it every now and then. So whatever you're doing, if it's daily earnings, weekly earnings, even if it's BitConnect or one of those programs where it's like, but whatever, you're earning crypto, right? You're earning crypto. That's the main thing. If you're earning crypto daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever, do a rule. Maybe it's the 50-50 rule, maybe it's the 80-20 rule, whatever it is, at least, I'd say at least 10 or 15% take out every single day or week, every paycheck pretty much. And then immediately what you do with that is sell it into fiat currency. Now, some of you guys are like, oh, the dollar's crashing. By the way, it's kind of interesting because it's like, in January, because I moved to Poland here, in January, the PLN, the złotówka, was at, it fell down pretty low, and compared to the dollar, it was 4.27. Now, it's kind of gotten, it's stabilized again, but also the dollar's falling, and since the dollar's falling, it's at it was in the 350s. Now it's kind of like 360, 361. But dang, what a difference. Anyways, so I don't think the dollar's going to be crashing down like majorly anytime soon. It's always good to have some fiat around, you know, diversify. So sell that into fiat currency. If you're really afraid of fiat currency going down, sell Bitcoin for an extra 10, 15% on Paxful or wherever local Bitcoins, right? Meet up with some people. Maybe even build a reputation on there. That'd be the best thing to do. Go on forums, start building a network. Hey, extra money. So anyways, you know, the more the merrier, because worst case scenario, if everything crashes, you have some money. And always, this is just financial management advice for your bills, for your food, for rent, just for life. You should have at least 3 months money saved up, so everything's going to be fine, because you never know what can happen. And if you have more than that, because that's better. Like, I have enough saved up for technically way more than that here for life. However, I'm still a little bit afraid because you never know what can happen. Maybe you need to get a lawyer. Maybe you need to help out a friend or family member. There's something like drastic, life-changing, like they're screwed. You need to get on a plane right now, right this second, or something's happening to you, or you get into a car crash, or you break your leg, and insurance doesn't want to pay for it. So it's always good to just have some money right then and there to spend. And also, that's kind of what credit cards are for. By the way, if you don't have a Bitcoin debit card, you should maybe look into that if you're somebody like me, where you're traveling internationally and you kind of want to avoid fees, or maybe you just want to, spend your Bitcoin without having to go through the extra hassle. Hey, it's always something to check out. Links in the description below. Check that out, by the way. But here's what's going on. Right now, everybody's super hyped up and excited about Bitcoin. And it's inevitable that it will stabilize. It's not going to crash, but like it depends what your perspective is on the situation. It will fall. That's what happens. It falls on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. It already fell. I mean, it was at like 34.50. And now it fell a little bit, and then it kind of went back up, and it's going back up, and then it might fall, and then whatever. There's different world events going on. Maybe something like North Korea versus USA right now. I mean, weird stuff's in the news. Maybe Britain's going to announce something. Who knows? Who knows? One little article, one little subreddit post, and bam, the price is falling for an altcoin or Bitcoin or whatever's going on. Some big guy from the community comes out, says something, it crashes. And if you're not in a position where you're able to hold your cryptocurrencies for at least a year, maybe it's time to start cashing out as much as you can right now until you are in a position that you're able to hold. Because most likely what's going to happen is right now everything's kind of going up. And hopefully, if people are right, if the analysts are right, there's some analysts that are saying $500,000. Yeah, if we could only get a fraction of that, that'd be great. Anyways, so if everything does go up, I'm kind of getting a headache looking at this. No, it's actually super hot here in Europe. It is crazy. That's why I have the blinds up, and oh my goodness. Anyways, you need to be in a position where you're able to hold, and if you're not, try and stop buying crypto at the moment. Try and earn from Bitcoin. That's the new way. The only way you get cryptos is through earning. You hold, and then you sell a little bit. The best thing to do really is 50-50, divide everything kind of in half, and 50-50 from not just Bitcoin, but maybe Ethereum. Have at least 5 coins. Have at least 5 coins. And this is what I'm talking like later after you have $5,000 or more. 10,000 bucks, 15,000. A lot of you who are in the comments are like, oh yeah, I have this and this amount. If you have less than $5,000, well, you're probably not in a position where you're worried about it crashing. Or if you are, well, maybe you shouldn't be investing in cryptocurrencies, because maybe you should just have a couple $1,000s in the bank. It's always good to have just a couple $1,000. Depends on your rent and your conditions. If you don't have a credit card, I don't recommend using credit cards, because debt is kind of just like putting yourself in prison, basically. But it's for emergencies. Again, car crashes or whatever happens out there, you're able to swipe the card, you're good, and hopefully have a couple $1,000 on there, which you have a month or actually multiple months to pay off. So, and 0% fees. Always trying to go for that. Don't be paying extra fees on top of stuff. Also, what you should be doing is, if you're a day trader or whatever, and a lot of your profits are coming from margin trading, I would try and steer away from that as much as possible, because with margin trading, you are it's risky territory, especially if you're dealing with a lot of money. Like right now, it's great. However, for the future, you might want to look into shorting. If you're someone who's interested in making a lot of money, it's risky. But right now, I'd be studying how to short money and how to short Bitcoin, because hey, when it does crash a little bit, like, is it going to crash down to 1,500? It could. It could also go to 4,000 or 5,000 bucks. But seriously, what's going to happen? Most likely, we're just going to look at it this way. I think this is my prediction. I could be totally wrong. Everybody could be totally wrong. But for the long term, I think for the next couple months, everything's going to be rising for the most part, apart from a couple altcoins, apart from a couple outlier events. And then during the winter time, while people go on holiday, people stop working, then there's Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is a big thing because China's got a huge impact on the market. If you look at the past years, usually when China goes on New Year's, there's just less demand for Bitcoin. There's a lot less going on in the markets, and obviously that affects the prices. But as soon as people come back, that's when, boom, the prices all go up. Also, if you're trying to make a little bit of money, maybe you should look into doing some of those things with Bitcoin and Ethereum, where you buy while it's low on holiday, and then you sell high. Very simple, right? Anyways, if you're trying to get into Bitcoin, right now, at least if you're super emotional and you can't wait, on a day like this where it's so high, I'd seriously recommend at least trying to wait a couple hours till it falls a little bit, right? Because that's always the best thing. And also just remember, if you are buying Bitcoin and it's not through Coinbase or whatever, it's through Paxful, local Bitcoins, like people who don't want to verify their identity, I get it. But if you're buying Bitcoin for 10%, 15, 20, even 30, 40% over, I mean, there are people spending over $4,000 per Bitcoin. So at those prices, it gets quite a lot. However, I do have clients that have purchased Bitcoin from me for like even 20% over who have profited. They bought a lot of Bitcoins, and since the Bitcoin price is steadily going up, they profited, and they profited quite a bit of money. So you're always able to profit. Anyways, my name is Mike. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really do need your advice, so I get it. The background will change. We're getting a camera over the next couple months. The intro, outro, I don't know. I hired some people to do that, but they stopped responding, so I kind of was put off by that for a little bit. But anyways, that was weird. It was multiple people. They stopped responding. Like, I'm about to pay you. I didn't pay anyone, but I'm about to pay you. But then they stopped. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I guess they didn't really want the money. What do you think, in which ways do you think Kubera could improve? Because we definitely want to take this channel to 10,000 subscribers, then 20, 30, 40, 50,000. For the current moment, I'll be uploading 2 videos a day, and hopefully that goes on for another month or 2 before school starts. I'll be uploading less on Avi, so definitely check this channel out more. What do you guys think about weekly live streams on here? I don't think I'm going to be doing daily live streams, and we're going to make sure that the live streams aren't kind of random anymore, that they're more like they have a specific topic. But I definitely want to hear you guys' opinions. You guys are important. I value you. I treasure you. And even the haters, because, hey, we got to make that money. So, peace, guys. Thanks for the support.